If you are building a media company or a personal brand, you know that the content beast is always hungry.
I recently did an audit on my production workflow and I looked at the cost of what I was creating with just three core assets for this podcast: the cover art, the starting soon video loop, and the B-roll for the short form clips. That is how brands actually die, because they run out of cash or they run out of energy. Today we are running a live audit. I'm going to replace the entire 5-day workflow with a single browser tab. And we are using Higgsfield AI, which is the sponsors of today's video. We are going to use this end-to-end pipeline, specifically Nano Banana Pro for the visuals, Kling 2.6 for the audio, to build actual usable business assets. No elves, no dragons, real business leverage. So let's get to work.
Welcome to another episode of Tech Break by Friday. I am Paraskivi Kibroglout, and I talk about AI in the intersection of business products and branding.
You can see here we are inside Higgsfield AI and we are using Nano Banana Pro. We are using the 1-to-1 ratio for a rectangle based photo. And we are using the second model, which is basically the more balanced in quality. So if we will use the 4K model, we will have higher quality. We have until 4 shots at a time in order to get something. Generation of a picture. And we can also start generate by changing here as well the landscape of the picture in order for you to see that you can change this pretty quickly. So just like that, you are getting, usually if you ask any AI tool to just design for your podcast studio, it gives you a mess because it's not clear what you actually want. Here, since we have described everything in our prompt, you can see that Nano Banana Pro uses this structured visuals in order to combine everything together. We get the actual ROI system, which is the text that we actually ask it to write correct. Not all image models are doing that. We get the actual wooden desk, the microphones, the resolution, the photorealistic results, and the depth of the field. As you can see here, for example, the pictures look really realistic, and actually we get again the text here and the lights in orange as we have requested it. So it has, it follows the prompt that we have already described in order to create the picture. Instead of me spending thousands in order to rent a podcast studio, I can just get images and visuals of me being in a podcast studio without even being there. Probably save a couple of $100. This picture, for example, that we generated with Nano Banana Pro, how close up the model will actually follow the prompt. We have pasted here the prompt. We have selected one of our previous generations with Nano Banana prompt, and here we choose to generate audio as well with the video using Kling 2.6, which is a model that can generate video and audio as well. We have chosen for now 5-second duration, aspect ratio auto, and we have click generation part here. These are some of the previous generations that we can see. Take a look of the first generation that we have.
Let's dive into how our system works.
You can see we have the video of the intro as we would actually want loop for an intro, either for Instagram short or YouTube short. And if you change the landscape, you can also do some pretty short form clips for also the aspect ratio of a YouTube video. If you want to generate, for example, 1 to 2 minute YouTube video, you can use this sort of techniques without having the cost overhead at the top of your mind. So this is all in one package subscription that you can use in order to generate images, videos, and everything. So Higgsfield AI is not just toy or a tool. It's a whole content house for businesses, creators, AI enthusiasts. We can also go into the cinema studio. So here I have already done the work before, and I have pasted the prompt and have generated clips with the aspect ratio. This is, for example, the slow motion pan right. You can choose the slow motion from here. You can choose if you want audio, and you can choose from here all the movements that you would like to have only if you have a static frame. If you don't have if you have a start and an end frame, then you cannot choose the movements that you would like to have. For example, here you can select from all of these movements in order to have control of how your video would look like. For example, this is a bit different with the drone shot. That changes the way that it shoots everything at the end. And from here you can edit the video if you want, download it or recreate it. And if you have also end frame, you get also videos that they are more towards your final frame. Because here, for example, I have placed two of these start and end frames, so it tries to create a cinematic shot between the two of them, and you don't have so much control of what it goes in between, but you can play around with it in order to create something really unique for your social media platforms. If this is a messaging of your brand, if creating and unique is some sort of messaging that you try to come across on. So this is a little bit about Higgsfield AI, a full content powerhouse. For everyone who's interested, I will have all the links down below so you can check it out yourself. Thank you again, Higgsfield, for sponsoring this video, and see you to the next one. Keep building and experimenting with AI.
All the clips that my voice sounds a bit more techy are generated using Kling 2.6. This clip, the intro, and the hook are generated inside Higgsfield AI. This is the sponsor of today's video, but the reason why I use it is the all-in-one eye tools for creating content.
That's a wrap. Thank you for listening or watching on this episode, wherever you're listening or watching. And this episode was a bit AI heavy. The reason was because I wanted to prove to you that the AI workflow inside Higgsfield actually works.